My lord, welcome to Balmorra. I hope you like bomb-to-pieces mudholes. Captain Rigel, Imperial Conquest Consolidation Corps. When the Empire invades, we're the ones who seal the deal. Don't suppose you're aware of the situation here on Balmorra?
It's my understanding there's some kind of battle.
Yeah, if you could call a pile of bodies a battle. The Empire invaded Balmorra in the last war, but we've been spinning our wheels in the mud ever since. Resistance fighters think they can drive the Empire off Balmorra. We're here to prove them wrong.
How hard can it be to put down a few resistance?
It's not just a few resistance, they're well organised and well armed, but they can be broken. The Balmorran government in exile, backed by Minister of Defence Vol Argen, is giving us fits, backing a strong faction of the resistance. The Minister is safely off planet, but if we break his allies here, we break him. We break him, we break the resistance.
Why doesn't Imperial Intelligence just have him assassinated?
Yeah, I get your thinking, cut off the head and kill the body, except resistance movements aren't organisms, exactly. If we took out Argen, it'd be big, but as long as his power base stands, some other idealist is bound to step in. That's why we need to take everything out. Do we have the privilege of your support?
I will hunt the Empire's enemies, and I will break them.
We are most honoured to have you, my lord. My second-in-command, Lieutenant Davril, is masterminding Phase 1 of what we like to call Operation Breaking Point. You'll find him in Sobrik. He's got plans to blow the Balmorran resistance sky high. I think you'll like them.
My lord, word of your talent precedes you. I'm honoured. You're well aware of the situation, I'm sure. The government in exile, the resistance, cowards. If my lord is willing, we're going to bury them in their little hidey holes.
What's war without a little bloodshed?
I like how you think. The old government's sending generators to the resistance, powering their artillery. The resistance has given pardons to Balmorra's worst killers in exchange for a little guard duty. Phase 1 of Operation Breaking Point is to destroy those generators and put those killers to sleep. You in?
I signed up to serve the Empire, and I intend to do it.
From the looks of you, I'd say you mean it. The generators are in the Nibre warehouse. If you can blow them to pieces, you'll show the Balmorran resistance it takes more than cold-blooded killers to stop the Empire. Must have been imagining things, but I could have sworn I heard those generators go pop from here. Thank you, my lord. But it looks like the resistance isn't done yet.
I should think blowing up their guns leaves little room for misunderstanding.
They're a stubborn bunch. Used to be we kept the resistance in check in the wilds, but now they've started to get bolder. They're attacking Imperial holdings in the old Balmorran industrial area. We need to punish their boldness. Lieutenant Thorpe at Markaran Outpost has some ideas about how to put the resistance back in their place.
I hear your exploits with Lieutenant Davril went well. I hope you didn't find him crass, my lord. Unlike my esteemed colleague, I do not base my mission's success on the decibel level of the explosions. Breaking the spirits of a resistance movement is like cooking a fine meal.
So, what are the ingredients for this mission?
The resistance has the people's backing. We must crush the spirits of the people to crush the resistance. No doubt Lieutenant Davril told you that they've brought in cyborg mercenaries from off-world, using an experimental new drop technology to land them on the planet. These cyborgs are killing our soldiers left and right.
They have not met the fury of the Sith.
Delightful. I believe we can catch them by surprise at this location. But here's the key. I want to send the Balmorran people a clear message. We collect the technology the cyborgs use to drop onto Balmorra and use it against them. Kill the cyborgs, collect the technology. What do you think?
You have a devious mind.
Bring me the cyborg technology, and I think the Balmorran people will get our message loud and clear. Word has it, the former Balmorran Minister of Defence, Vol Argen, got wind of your work destroying the generators at Nibre warehouse. He's furious. I can't wait to hear his reaction when we attack him with his own cyborg's gear. Perfect.
Maybe he'll decide to come here and fight, so I can kill him.
We'll do our utmost to provoke him. To reach the Resistance's main base, we need to push through the Gorinth wilds. But the Resistance have repelled all Imperial offensives with guerrilla attacks from this untamed and largely uncharted area. A Balmorran defector, Cavil Aren, has agreed to help us clear out the wilds and carve a path to the Resistance's base. He's at the Gorinth Imperial outpost.
My lord, my respects. How do you like Balmorra so far? Doesn't seem like much, does it?
I thought this was an Imperial operation.
I thought the lieutenant would have told you. I'm Balmorran, but I'm also a businessman. Patriotism is bad for business. So is death, but only to a point. Resistance stealth troops have been infiltrating Imperial outposts, making quick strikes and leaving no trace. The Empire says they can't be beaten. I say they can.
What did you have in mind?
You don't see them until they kill you. That's what they say. But I built the tech they use to keep hidden. Their camp's in the Gorinth wilds, but they've surrounded it with mines to keep strangers out. Watch your step, and you can use this device to detect the stealth fighters. They're fast, though. If I may offer advice, strike quick and hard. No more surprise attacks. Good. Captain Rigel is on Holo. He wants a word with you.
My lord, allow me to express my deepest pleasure at working with you. Operation Breaking Point has been far more successful than I ever could have imagined. Word is the former Balmorran Minister of Defense Vol Argen might come down to Balmorra. He's playing right into our hands.
I hope he does show up. I'll kill him.
I hope so too. Now that the wilds are secured, we're ready for the final push. Colonel Vrain, head of the Imperial Conquest Consolidation Corps, has come to oversee the action. He's at the Sundari outpost, in striking distance of the Resistance's main base. It's now or never.
My lord, let me be the first to tell you how appreciated your work has been. Today the Balmorran Resistance, backed by the government in exile, takes its last pitiful gasp. We have you to thank. It won't be long before the corpse of former Defense Minister Vol Argen is cold in the ground.
I hope to be the one to kill this Defense Minister.
The Resistance, aided by the Republic, has made its headquarters in the Balmorran Arms Factory. It is a heavily fortified facility, but it's not invulnerable. Not with such a powerful patriot as yourself on our side.
The factory will be destroyed by nightfall. I vow it.
If we may impose on you for one final task in service of the glorious Empire, we need you to break into the factory, shut off its power, and use the period of panic to shut down security. Once this is done, the main attack force can sweep in and wipe out the Resistance. And if you see Vol Argen, kill him.
It's time we cut the head off this serpent.
Just be wary. Word is the Resistance at the factory have the Republic's backing. They'll be well equipped and well trained. For anyone else, this would be a suicide mission. I wouldn't consider it, but I have a good feeling about you. I've heard most satisfactory reports of your success in the Balmorran Arms Factory, and that fool Vol Argen played right into our hands. There can be no doubt. The Resistance is crushed.
War is my trade. Victory was inevitable.
The Sith are our true secret weapon, without a doubt. Captain Rigel is in charge of writing up the report on this one. If I could ask you for one final favor, that you report your success to him.
My lord, you have laid waste to our enemies. The whole Resistance is in shambles. The people's spirits are broken. Balmorra is as good as ours.
Fear and intimidation are the Empire's greatest weapons.
The Sith are the Empire's greatest weapon. We cannot possibly thank you enough for your service. Decades we've been trying to win this war, and you've done it in a fraction of the time. Thank you.
My lord, you're Darth Barris's apprentice, right? Got orders from the planetary governor to find you. You're needed at this war conference, Priority Alpha 1.
I don't remember telling the Balmorran governor about my business.
Empire appoints you to run this planet. You keep track of who's slaughtering the Resistance. The Dark Council sent an emissary, big-time Sith Lord, to personally review the status of the Balmorran occupation. This conference will determine the next stage of the ground campaign. Whole war's about to be decided, and the Governor wants your expertise.
This emissary of the Dark Council, what do we know about him?
Sith politics aren't my business. One of Darth Mar's servants is what I hear, but don't know anything else. Assigning Black Level clearance. No one will cause you trouble. Be quick, though. They're starting any minute.
Do you know the worst part, Governor?
I didn't.
Exactly. You didn't even own up to your mistakes. That's why the Dark Council gave this planet to me.
Please.
Watch and enjoy. I'm Darth Lacris, and I've been tasked with cleansing Balmorra. I'm glad you came. More Sith can only bring much-needed dignity.
Darth Lacris, it's time this planet met the rulers of the Empire.
Quite so. You're here because I asked the Governor to bring me his best. Balmorra has a problem.
My friends in the Resistance, I won't take much time. The Empire says it owns Balmorra. The Republic says it's yours. We're gone. But you and I know Balmorra's won with sweat and tears, and my boys will stand by your side until everyone knows it.
Grand Marshal Jaquetta, formerly of the Republic Army. Officially, he and his troops went rogue after the Republic withdrew from this sector. Ever since, they've been holed up under siege, aiding the Resistance and fortifying their position. You may have met their scouting parties already.
If these men are ex-Republic, aren't they violating the peace treaty?
Not so long as the Republic government denies any official involvement. Jaquetta and the Resistance are based in the Balmorran Arms Factory, home of the brightest engineers in the galaxy. I'm told the factory's generators are inexhaustible, its defenses cutting edge, its barricades block our scans, giving the Resistance peace and privacy.
No fortress is invincible. There must be a structural vulnerability, potential traitors in the ranks.
If the Governor had done his job, we'd know. But there's no time anymore. Jaquetta may have officially gone rogue, but the Republic still supports him. They fund his revolution from the shadows, make supply drops in secret. Those Republic hypocrites want the arms factory as a beachhead, and as Balmorra's new governor, I say we take it before they mount a full invasion.
I will burn our enemy's fortress to the ground. I swear it.
Obliterate the factory defenses. Lower the barricades that block our scans, and I'll have an army at your back. And if you can, bring me proof of Republic involvement on Balmorra. We'll expose their lies on a galactic stage.
Darth Lacris, can you read me? I'm lowering the barricades to the Balmorran Arms Factory.
I hear you perfectly. We'll start scanning the interior now. Hold on. Someone cut through this interference.
Pardon my interruption. I'm Grand Marshal Jaquetta, formerly of the Republic Army.
So, you're the proud leader of these gutless wonders?
If they're so gutless, why haven't you beaten them after all these years? I'm not a complete fool. Once I realized you planned to lower our defenses, I sent a few friends.
Jedi Knight Raylon Nis, reporting.
Tempest Squad reporting.
Fresh volunteers who have taken a leave of absence to join the Balmorran Resistance. Taste of what's coming.
You've sent these people to their deaths.
If that's true, I'll shed a tear.
Go! Go!
Can you hear me? This channel is still open. Did Jaquetta send a Jedi?
Along with a Special Forces team. He claimed they weren't with the Republic.
I'm sure he did. My people are performing a full scan of the factory now that the defenses are down. I'll patch you into the report.
My lord, we're detecting unusual signals from inside the factory. What appears to be a hyperspace beacon. It shouldn't be possible. It must have taken them decades.
Don't underestimate their engineers or their resources. What can you do?
In theory, starships could follow the beacon and jump-in system almost directly overhead.
The Republic is flying reinforcements straight to the Balmorran arms factory and bypassing our defenses.
You know where to look. Scan for enemy transports approaching the factory.
Picking up. There are dozens of ships out there. Silhouette is Republic Special Forces, Triumph class.
This is how they did it during the war. Multiple strike teams, strategic objectives, 1 Jedi per military squad. They took entire planets. They know we see them. They're rushing to land now.
If they're heading to the factory, we can stop them from the ground.
Agreed. Take out the landing platforms and guidance systems. I'll have attack squadrons blow those ships out of the sky. Fail me now, and we perish with Balmorra.
The fleet may be lost, but my Padawan and I can hold the Imperials while you regroup.
No. You've got your ship, we've got a few of our own. I want you to get the non-combatants and the wounded off Balmorra. After we handle this. You're damn tough, you know that?
How many years have you survived under siege? You had a good run.
It's not over yet. I've got Jedi at my back and the finest armor Balmorran arms ever designed. Ignore the scratches.
We can cover your escape.
Nah. Let's see what an old man can do for his troops. Good fight. You've got something I don't have anymore.
I am Sith. Next to me, you are nothing.
Maybe so. Hear me out. I know how much the Empire wants to expose the Republic's involvement in Balmorra, publicly. I confess the truth of the invasion, if you help my men.
Dead Jedi, Republic transports. Even before I came to the factory, I met squads of Republic troops. Why do I need your confession?
Because you know the truth, but the rest of the galaxy doesn't, and they'll trust my word over yours. Let the Balmorrans and the non-combatants leave. Treat the Republic soldiers fairly, as prisoners of war. Help them, and I'll tell everyone we violated the treaty.
You're in no position to strike a deal.
Damn it. That's everything you could want. Why?
You won't have to wonder very long.
Sir, Squad 815, Darth Lacra sent us to reinforce your position.
The Grand Marshal is dead. We're done here.
Understood. There's fighting all over the factory, but it looks like a victory. Orders are to regroup at the outpost when you can, sir.
Darth Lacris, Grand Marshal Chaketa is defeated, and the Balmorran arms factory is broken.
You smell like smoke and blood. Let me show you something.
On behalf of the Senate and the Supreme Chancellor, I wholeheartedly condemn the actions of these rogue soldiers on Balmorra. They struck at Imperial targets without any Republic support. The Senate values its peace treaty with the Empire.
So embarrassing for the Senate, forsaking their own people. Meanwhile, Imperial intelligence has begun interrogating our captives. I'm giving the Jedi to Darth Maul to see if they can be turned.
I know you wanted proof of Republic involvement, but you don't seem disappointed.
You gave me something just as good. I'm gathering troops for a clean sweep of the Balmorran arms factory. I'm making it my base of planetary operations. My governorship would be very different without you. You have my gratitude for your assistance.
This planet is only the beginning. There are more enemies to defeat and conquer.
You will go far among the Sith. I'm certain of that. It's time I return to ruling. There are new reports of resistance activity. Should you choose to remain on Balmorra, perhaps I'll call on you again.